866-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The Alan Cox Show reminds you, don't text and drive unless that text is, "Hey, Mom, who was the drummer for Supertramp?" That counts.
Host of the Nationals next weekend. Hey, Lee.
Yeah, Alan, how you doing?
What up?
Hey, I was just listening to that segment you guys were talking about with the rappers, and I just started thinking about this. Kid Rock, when was his last big hit? That was probably what, 99, 2000, something like that.
I think he's had some since then.
That All Summer Long song is
a huge hit.
Yeah,
that's the last one I can think of.
Well, when you're thinking about Kid Rock, though, he kind of had to change over genre a little bit, right? He started dabbling into country and stuff like that because he wanted to still stay relevant. The days of him coming out with his original Devil Without a Cause and stuff, those days are long gone. Not that people don't like hearing it still, but at his age, he certainly can't perform the way he used to. So if he still wants to stay relevant, he's got to change it up a little bit.
Well, you also
and
start.
I think that goes with.
You also see.
With most musicians.
You also see who's coming out to your shows too. I saw Kid Rock in 1995 when I was doing radio in Kalamazoo, Michigan. There was this club downtown called Club Soda, and it was about the size of the Grog Shop. And Kid Rock comes through. Nobody knew who this dude was. I mean, there were probably 25 of us there. He still had the bleach blonde Kid and Play hair. And he's trying to do this, white boy, b-boy stuff. And you're like, okay, whatever, But then you figure out, well, this ain't going to be the move for me. And, he's a rich kid from the suburbs. And he's like, well, let's try something else. And obviously, it's not like he was being a poser, I guess, because he just did something else, I don't know. It worked out for him.
I'm just looking at the fact that you look at a lot of these old classic rock bands, and that's really what I'm into is the classic rock. People will go out and they'll pay the money to see those shows, and I think personally myself, when you look at that genre, there's more old classic rock artists that are still willing to go out there and pay the music that they made 30, 35 years ago, even though they're 30, 35 years older, as opposed to a rapper who's still out there trying to be the 20, 24, 25, 26-year-old rapper.
You named Kid Rock as your reference to rap. Let's start with that. I mean,
he used Kid Rock as an example of somebody who switched genres to stay relevant.
Right, but if you're
Kid
saying
Rock
that
started as a rapper,
rappers aren't going to go out there and do the exact same. You think that Dr. Dre would go out and not play, Forgot About Dre or any of his early
and sell
stuff?
out any venue that he wanted to perform at?
Like if those people didn't play their songs that got them famous,
their
people
hits
would be furious. If he didn't play Still Dre, yeah, it's from 2001, but that's what people want to hear.
Well, and also your audience ages with you, too. So it's like in any genre, your audience ages with you. So people can go out and, irrespective of what genre they're performing in, you can go out and do those hits. That's why they have these throwback tours. You got to get 6 or 7 of them up there, but it's like, oh, Salt and Pepper and, and Chingy and whatever. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate it.
I just don't like the argument of well, he's 50. When's he going to hang it up?
That's not what I said. Everybody's giving me a hard. That's not what I said. I said, I wonder how much longer he will want to do this. I didn't say he shouldn't. I didn't say there's anything wrong with it. I said, I'm curious. Eminem has consistently been one of the most aggressive rap hip-hop acts out there. Aggressive, taking pride in it. An amazing writer, a great performer. He's 52. He just married off his 28-year-old daughter. All I was curious about was, I wonder how much longer he wants to do this. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm not saying the Rolling Stones should come off the road. Do it however long you want. It's purely it's not even I'm not even having an argument about it. I'm merely curious. I wonder how long he will want to do this. He doesn't strike me as a guy who's going to be happy writing music about
I guess
whatever people write music about when they get older.
When you talk about, like, you know, it's aggressive, the only parallel I can draw is heavy metal. Cannibal Corpse, their lead singer's 54 years old. It doesn't get more aggressive than that.
But that's the genre.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it
Eminem
doesn't.
is not a death metal artist.
If you're talking about
Cannibal Corpse is not. I'm talking about a variation within your genre. Cannibal Corpse is not writing ballads, right? They basically have one speed. That's another band that's been writing. They've been doing the same album for 30 years. If you like them, you like them.
I think we were taking umbrage with the fact that it's the only person that
I don't know why anybody would. It's not true. I don't know why
because we've given you multiple examples of other genres, and it's just rap. It's just Eminem.
I don't know why.
50 is too old to be rapping, but 50 is not too old.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
When did I say that?
That's how it's coming off. That's
how it's coming off. Listen to what I said, and not what you think I said. I said,
well, what are you saying?
Wonder how. Exactly what I said.
You're saying everyone else his age is wrapping it up. That's crazy. Why wouldn't he? Well, I mean, and then we name all these other people who are in their 50s that are also not hanging it up. But
I didn't say he should.
And we're not saying that he should. You're only curious about the rapper. You're not curious about the metal artist. You're not curious about the rock artist.
Because Eminem is the one dropping a new album.
But these other artists have put out new albums.
Why would you take umbrage with something I said? I said, I wonder how much longer. Yes, okay, fine.
You've never wondered about a different genre. You've never wondered when the heavy metal bands are going to stop putting out
How do you know what I've wondered about?
Based on this conversation.
We're talking about Eminem.
Based on this conversation, every other example we've given you, you've said, it's not the same, it's not the same, not the same, not the same.
It's not.
Okay.
They're different genres of music.
I just want you to admit that you hate rap.
I don't hate rap.
And Eminem, and you're racist against white people.
Stop. You mean Eminem, the white guy?
Mm-hmm.
He said,
yeah.
She said racist against
I'm
white
racist
people.
against the white guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
You're racist against
Knew
white
it.
people.
Knew it.
That's right. Well, listen, racism against whites is worse than anything else in this country, Mary, as you well know. No, there's no reason to take umbrage with anything. I'm merely curious. I wonder how long, because at some point, irrespective of genre, you will begin to feel like maybe you're not at the top of your game anymore. And I wonder when that happens.
But is that even a reason to stop? If you like to create just to create, because it's...
I mean, everybody wants to go out on top.
If it's fulfilling, but you're not trying to go out. You're looking at this from like trying to... I don't understand... If you can still go out and like create, and you can do it at a level that you feel is worth releasing the album, then I say like, yeah, keep doing that. There's
I agree.
An artistic fulfillment.
I agree.
So
I don't know.
understand why that doesn't disappear for so many different artists,
because
sometimes it
does. Sometimes it does.
Right, but obviously for Eminem, that's been his main focus. You know,
you can have
so many other artists that have gone in different directions. You know, but especially in hip hop, because there's no legacy acts like there are. There's just not. It just hasn't happened yet in hip hop.
It seems like you don't feel it's appropriate for a 50-year-old to be a rapper.
Boy, you're reading a lot into a very simple statement that I made about I wonder how long Eminem is going to want to do this.
Here's another problem I have with you.
If Adam Yauch was still alive, the Beastie Boys would, I don't know if they would still be out there. We'll never know, right? But
you're arguing
who knows?
Semantics. What you're trying to do is say, I said one
Tell me
sentence.
what I'm trying to do.
You're saying I said one sentence. All I said was I was curious, but there was a 22-minute conversation about it.
Yes, after I said that.
Things than
because
that.
you guys all of a sudden thought that I was saying he shouldn't do something. All I said was,
no, but we're trying to say,
I'm curious how long he wants to do
And
this.
our point is, you're not curious about any other 50-year-old.
You don't know what I'm curious about.
So then why aren't you?
Because we were talking about Eminem.
But we have also talked about 15 other bands.
And
so if that's your actual point,
am I curious when the Rolling Stones will hang it up?
Yeah.
Yes.
But you never.
We weren't talking about the Rolling Stones
Right,
until
but-
you brought them up.
But
we brought up a bunch of
well,
different
we
people
brought
who were in
but
their
I
50s.
wasn't
and the
talking
whole,
about the
But
Rolling
the reason we brought
Stones.
up the other artists is because we thought, hey, there's all these other artists that have done it well into their 70s.
Right.
That like
That you've never
performing,
questioned.
and they
You
like,
don't know what I've never questioned.
whether you question it or not is irrelevant. Whether you
well,
question
Mary
it is
thinks
irrelevant.
it's very relevant.
Well,
I think that this is an argument you're trying to make to like catch
I'm
us
not
using
trying
the wrong
to
words.
make an argument. You guys are arguing with me, and I wasn't arguing a point. I said I wonder how long Eminem is going to want to do this.
and we said for a long time because he likes to create it. And then you said,
well, it
something-
was a rhetorical question, and
Well,
apparently
we're
you
on
guys
a
thought,
talk show.
and that's why
And
we're
you
talking
ask-
about
and
it.
you ask a question, we're going to answer.
Well, neither of you are named Eminem, so you really can't tell me how
Right,
long
but we
he's
can
going to do
say,
it.
oh, based on how artists like to create things, and as long as he's got a passion to create, I imagine he'll keep going and not just go, well, I'm 50 now. I guess I can't rap anymore.
Well, no, he's older than 50.
Well, I'm again
But I mean, there are plenty of legacy acts
in
that
hip
still
hop.
go out.
In hip hop,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they still go out.
but they don't have the same numbers that other like rock acts have because they don't get the airplay the same way, and they don't get held up by the business the same way, in my opinion.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Well,
but
that's,
I mean,
just, that's just something I noticed because
those
they don't,
legacy
like-
tours can fill arenas.
they can, but
Yeah.
they, like you said, it's like 4 or 5 different artists versus like Bruce Springsteen going out and doing arenas all by himself. But someone like Busta Rhymes should be able to do an arena by himself, in my opinion.
I'd like to see Busta Rhymes go out with Eminem.
That'd be nice.
See who's faster at rapping. Now, a lot of people are, of course, pointing Bitcoin at me because he didn't hang it up.
No,
I don't even know.
He
if-
just got started.
Yeah, I don't even know if Bitcoin is still alive.
You know, I've been with a lot of bitches, and out of all of them, I can make a solid argument that you're the best. You give one hell of a job. So many chicks been on my but not a single one done stick the way that you do. The way that you do. Most feel right for only one night, but your is just so damn tight. That's why you're the best bitch. That's why you're the best bitch. You're the best way to spend my bread. Really good at giving. Take me back to meet my parents if they weren't already dead. I show you life's finest places and amenities. That's what you get with a G in his 70s. I know you like a man who knows exactly what to do. You know it's true. I've been doing girls since 42. Back when the Nazis were invading Britain, I was making bitches purr like a motherfucking kitten. Back when Armstrong landed on the moon, I was getting on the daily, everyday crushing poon.
Everyday crushing poon.
So when you ask how long do you think Eminem will do this, you don't want us to answer that question? Because it's rhetorical?
Well, I wanted people, I wanted you to answer that question if you guys thought that I was like dropping a gauntlet. You guys thought I was starting an argument.
No, we didn't. It didn't.
Really?
Really, because it didn't escalate to that point until 20 minutes into the conversation.
So what escalated it?
The way that you answer questions.
The
and
way that I
you
answer questions?
Yes, and the way that
How
you
did I
ignored every other example we gave.
But I didn't ignore the examples.
Refused to say, I think it's inappropriate for a 52-year-old to
I
rap.
see.
Because
Mary's
it's
like
not
Josh in
inappropriate-
St. Louis. She's mad at what I didn't say.
It's not inappropriate for death metal. It's not inappropriate for rock.
You're
it's
mad
not
at what
inappropriate.
I didn't say.
I am mad that you are acting like it doesn't. You said one sentence and then we blew it up because that's
Well,
not how it happened at all.
Okay. I'm just saying that there are different genres of music that have different perspectives on them. And Eminem set himself apart in his genre. A lot of rock acts didn't set themselves apart. They can go for another 100 years and not that many people will notice. People will notice when Eminem's done. When he goes, this is it, people are going to notice. There will be a gap in that genre. There are a lot of rock bands, listen, when the Rolling Stones finally go, all right, we're doing a farewell tour, yeah, it'll be a big deal, but they were out there for 1 billion years.
But this is a difference, too, touring versus releasing new music.
Well, I imagine he'll tour on this.
I don't think he hasn't toured on any of the albums that he's put out in the past few years. When's the last time Eminem went on tour?
I don't know. We saw him at ACL. I mean, that was a while back.
That's like a one-off at a festival, but he hasn't done an Eminem
stadium tour.
I don't think he's done one in 15 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
he's not doing a 2024 tour.
I mean, he's had at least 4 albums that I can think of come out since 2010. I'm pretty sure it's about 4 or 5. And he hasn't done a tour on any of those.
His last concert was December of last year. So it doesn't sound like a tour, obviously.
Yeah.
And
where was that?
I don't know, UK or something. Yeah. Or he came out when 50 Cent was in Detroit, something along those lines. I don't know. I'll tell you who's killing it. Brian, who calls us all the time?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this dude.
He's gotten better.
Yeah.
I make my living on the evening news. Just give me something I can use. We've only just begun.
This is a new development.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna drive you home tonight?
Oh, Brian, please don't ever hang it up, pal. Man, I love that. The new compilation there. He's really, you want to talk about a multi-genre performer. Man, don't ever hang it up, Brian. The Carpenters.